Electrical safety. You would think, well, there's gas and there's electrics, there's gas regs, so why aren't there electric regs? It's obvious, isn't it? But as Katrina and the Waves sang in Love, Shine a Light in 1997, I think. I'm dealing with very little material here, so bear with me. But there is still no electrical equivalent to the gas regulations. There was about 3 years ago in the Housing and Planning Act 2016 a brilliant Section 122 which provided that. It said electrical safety standards for properties let by private landlords. 1. The Secretary of State may come up with some regulations that are exactly like the gas regs, only for electrics. But the trouble is that this damn act still isn't in force and may never be. We don't know why, we don't know when. It's there on the statute books, but it is not in force yet. So there are no regs yet. And there is still generally a lot of dithering about what's going to happen about electrical safety standards as Bucks Fizz. So I think perfectly put it in 1981, the government's still making its mind up on how to do this. They know what they want to do, and they've set it out in their consultation, February 2018. They said what we'd like is a 5-year mandatory electrical installation safety checks for all private rented properties. Interesting why they've picked on private rented, because the gas regs are for all rented. Why just private? Don't know, but they did. They've said we want safety certificates, the same as CP12s, and we want penalties of up to £30,000 for landlords who don't comply. All sounds great. What about tenants who don't comply? They didn't say anything about that. But they closed their consultation last April, and they issued a response in January to the consultation saying they're going to do it. Have they done it? No, they haven't done it. So, big question mark. I would say, though, that legislation already exists about electric checks in certain circumstances. So, for example, in HMOs, there is already a landlord obligation to check every 5 years. Under Section 4 of the DPA or Section 11, that already anticipates some kind of duty to check on electrics. And the new Homes (Fitness for Human Habitation Act does relate to electrical safety. So I'd say 5-year checks are probably a good guideline, but no one's going to enforce against you as a landlord if you don't do it. But bear in mind, electrical hazards are one of the hazard profiles under the legislation of the Fitness for Human Habitation Act.